In the 5 minutes that it would take you to go and make a coffee, I want to encourage you to use this tool instead. Because in fact, it's not coffee that we need, it's to take back control of our attention. Our attention gets fractionated throughout the day as it gets pulled in a multitude of different directions. Many competing stimuli pulling on our attention. The net result of that is we find ourselves stressed, overwhelmed, anxious about the work that we're not getting done, that we need to be getting done. We lose our effectiveness. So it's here we take 5 minutes, drop in, and take back control of our attention. Let's begin. I invite you to close your eyes and bring your attention to your breath. Catching the next inhalation, breathing in, all the way in, following the flow of air all the way down deep into the bottom section of the lungs until your tummy expands, the middle section of your lung, the ribs will expand, and the upper section of your lungs, the chest will push out, and pause for a moment. Before contracting from the lower section, stomach will contract, the middle section, the ribs will drop, and then the upper section, the chest will drop, and pause for a moment. Catching the next inhalation, breathing down deep once again, all the way into the bottom section of the lung, middle section, and upper section, and pause for a moment. Contracting from the lower section, middle section, and upper section, and pause for a moment. Continuing that process, that slow wave-like motion, breathing down deep into the bottom section, middle section, upper section. The breath is a very powerful tool for shifting our state from a fight or flight or freeze sympathetic state into a flow-like parasympathetic state. So by having this slow rhythmic breath happening in the background, we shift our state from fight, flight or freeze into a flow, and that's where we want to be. So continuing that slow rhythmic breath in the background. Holding our attention on the breath. Holding your attention on this. Everything else can wait. This is taking back control of your attention. And in doing so, the insights will arise of what you actually need to do next. What is most important? How do you move forward? So keeping that slow rhythmic breath in the background, I want to bring your attention now to your internal world. And here we check in the final minute that we have remaining. What are you feeling? Often our emotions are triggered throughout the day and we don't effectively process them. We don't give them our attention. And in fact, we push against them because we don't want to feel them, because we need to focusing, and we don't give them our attention. And often that is just what they need. So it's here we bring our attention to what it is that we're feeling. So we label it. Maybe it's overwhelm, stress, anxiousness. Maybe you're pissed off. So we label it. And without going into the story, we don't necessarily care about the why as part of this practice. It's just the raw emotion. And so we feel it. We label it and then we just feel it. We welcome it in and just take the time to feel it. Allow it to envelop you. Without the story. And then it softens. These emotions are pulling on our attention. It makes it hard to focus. So we process the emotion. It softens and it moves through. And so then we ask once again, what am I feeling now? We label it and we welcome it in. Allow ourselves to feel it. And in that, acknowledging it, labeling it, and just feeling it without the story, it softens. And we take back control of our cognition. One last time. What are you feeling now? Label it. Whatever it is. Welcome it in. Feel it. Without the story. Just the raw emotion. Energy in motion. Emotion. And it softens. And a spaciousness forms. And as often as you remember throughout the day, keeping that slow rhythmic breath, it's going to keep you in the flow, keep you out of that sympathetic fight, flight, or freeze state. So remembering to breathe deep throughout the day. From this spaciousness, now we check in. What is the next most important task that you need to get done? And as you go into that, hold your attention on it. Resist all the other distractions and interruptions. Just hold your attention on this task. And go to war. Get it done. Focus. Take control of your attention. We don't need coffee. We need meditation. Namaste.